Welcome to the Desire Over Doubt Show, coming to you from Savannah, Georgia, with your hosts, elite and international elite lifters, Nate Korpusic and Savage Cat.
I really do want to go to the gym before work. I really do want to do these things. And other times, not. I mean...
That's some good timing right there. There's our dogs, everyone. They don't understand. Enough. Hey, thanks, Keith. It's my favorite flower. That's why I'm wearing it. Zeno, enough. There we go. All right. Everybody's calming down now. Here we go. All right, welcome back, guys. I just did a TikTok about this. Jeez Louise, they're so noisy. Zeno, enough, buddy. Go put him in the bedroom. Just go put him in the bedroom. So.
You have to steal, buddy. You have to steal.
Oh boy. One day we'll have a studio. Hey, Bob.
Bob,
fresh off of Nationals from Las Vegas. Bob himself, world level qualified athlete on Team Viking. Welcome. So we're talking about motivation today, something that we're actually having trouble finding because it keeps getting interrupted. Might have something to do with the dogs. But so now that's the puppy. So as the animals completely ruin our train of thought over and over and over again,
let's dial it back.
Let's dial it back
and go back to what we were just talking about.
So finding motivation when you don't have the motivation to find the motivation to keep going. What do you do? And we were talking about, habits that you can have, like laying out your gym clothes you were talking about the night before, or, just going and doing it just at the act of, like, getting in your car. I'm a big fan of, like, one step at a time. And I do this, we all do this, and it's something that, we got to be aware of is, we'll end up making excuses for ourselves, and then those excuses will turn into habits, and then you've developed a bad habit.
Yeah, that's what you have to be wary of, and I think that when it comes to motivation and maintaining it, it's more about falling back on your good habits that you have. It's not necessarily like discipline over motivation or anything like that. It's the habits that you've built to be tried and true to support the behaviors that you want to have. Like you want to keep up with your training, don't you? You want to stay on your meal plan, don't you?
So you're looking at the end game.
You're looking at the end game.
The overall
exactly.
thing.
You're like, to me, discipline is, important. I literally have the word tattooed on my body, but I think that for a lot of people, discipline can have a negative connotation.
I think it does. I think it does carry that when really it's more, I think of it as, in this context as more being regimented.
Yes.
Than disciplined. Like,
exactly.
Nobody's, like, it's like we always say, I don't have to work out, it's not the I have to work out thing, it's I get to work out thing.
Exactly.
And it, you say that stuff enough and it really will help change your mindset. It really will. It'll help turn it around. Like Keith is here. He says he struggles with his trucking schedule and being a family man. Now, I look at that and I'm like, well, you get to have a job and you have a family that you love. And you're doing things to improve your situation every day. So you got to remember the road is long, but it's one step at a time. So you have to be happy with the work you're doing to meet that end goal. You can't just think of the end goal.
Right.
You have to think of each step as a little goal in itself.
I like to say a drop in the bucket.
It is. It's a drop in the bucket. It's one step. There was a quote I was thinking of earlier, and it was basically being excited about the now, putting 100% in all the time, so that way you're starting to look at like each day towards your goal as a goal in itself. And I think that's important to remember is if you don't do all those steps, you're never going to get to that goal. You're never going to reach whatever you're striving for, because it doesn't just fall out of the sky. You know, if you wait long enough, the whole manifest thing, there's a whole other side to manifesting.
Yeah, manifesting usually happens from like action.
Yeah.
It's not just putting it out there, you know, just like we see it all the time in powerlifting where people are like, I want to do things X, Y, and Z without actually having the desire, or I guess I won't even say the desire. They have the desire to lift the weight.
Right.
They don't have the desire to put in the work and the effort. Like, you have to, like, the way that I like to explain it is you got to lift all these weights to be able to lift these weights. So, you know, how many times you have to lift 315 before you can lift 335? And how many times do you have to lift 335 before you can lift 365? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And that's the same with everything in life. You know, you got to practice to get better at stuff, and especially with like powerlifting, you know, you got to have progressive overload. You need to train your body and your mind to carry heavier weights all the time. You can't just go in and be like, well, I'm going to lift 500 pounds today. No, it's just not going to happen.
Because there is skill within the sport as well. I think a lot of people think that strength is just strength, like, oh, you're just strong. No, expressing strength is a skill.
It is a skill.
And this is why you see these very elite level lifters able to handle absolutely tremendous loads with so much control and staying in perfect patterns and things like that. That's a skill that they've developed. It's not just they decided they wanted to have this end goal.
Absolutely.
And then the end goal just happens. And it's the same exact thing with everyday life. You know, if you want a better job or you want a promotion, maybe you're like a few stops away, but you want to stay with your company, but you're maybe a few jobs back from where you want to be. You're not just going to get promoted and promoted and promoted by not doing what's expected of you in the position that you have now. Mm-hmm. You have to go above and beyond. You have to ask the superior, okay, what do I need to do to be able to be seen as the type of person who's capable. Ask for
help from somebody who's been there.
Exactly.
Ask for help from somebody who's where you want to be.
Yes.
You know, so if you want to be a police officer, Keith, then you need to ask the people that have been there, and you asked me, so I mean, I guess that's technically the right thing to do. But that's so evident, and that's actually something we learn in the military as well. You learn the job above you all the time, and your superior is supposed to train you their job while they're learning the job above you. You teach below and you learn from above, and that's so you can slide into that position so that you know what you're doing when you get there. I think that's huge. You know, you need to live your life being able to ask people for help, and you'll get to the point at which you can then offer help. It just depends. Everybody, you know, nobody in America, we have this issue where we can't be seen asking for help, or we can't apologize, or we can't, so, you know, it's like, for some reason, everybody just has to be so, I don't know, so tough.
Right all the time.
Yeah, or so right all the time.
It's such a toxic part of our culture. It really is. And I used to be really afraid of that because a lot of the times, you know, like growing up, if you have maybe teachers that aren't supportive or professors that will treat you a certain way if you don't know, maybe you have a boss that treats you like you're stupid because you don't know, or a parent that treats you like you're stupid because you have a question, that all feeds into the way that we act as adults.
It really does.
All it takes is one person to show you that it's okay to ask questions and to teach you.
Yep.
And I mean,
it's empowering.
I didn't really learn that until, I mean, I've been grateful and lucky that I've had some really great teachers through high school and college, so I have always been comfortable to an extent asking for clarification or help when I don't understand something, but I think that maybe that's an exception to the rule. I think maybe a lot of people don't feel that way.
I mean, there was a time in my life where I felt like I shouldn't ask for help, where and that sort of fed into, you know, I was a lot younger. We're talking like 20 years ago or more. You know, that fed into me thinking I knew more than I did, and knowing just enough to be dangerous. Whereas my mind shift happened a long time ago, and I was like, wait a minute. Rather than pretend I know what I'm talking about and get myself in trouble, why don't I just ask?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't I ask them, and then why don't I learn from that person? Not only are they going to be thankful, because this, I'm talking way back like when I was a police officer, they're going to be thankful because they're on the street with you. So they want to know that you know what you're talking about. And you're going to learn, and then you get to pass that on to somebody else eventually. And that's really how society should be working. But unfortunately, we have things like social media that just show you an end result.
Yes.
And don't show you the actual work that goes into it unless you're a certain kind of poster. But most people don't realize that those people, that's not them. That's not their daily routine. That's not all the failures they've been through to get to that end result. And a lot of times the end result isn't because of what they're even saying, because they're trying to promote a product or a system or something like that. And so I think we're just overwhelmed by, in such a connected society, we're overwhelmed by this level of loneliness almost, or separation in a society that is technically connected from everywhere, but we don't feel like we can even ask our neighbor for help. And that's a systemic problem in my opinion.
Most definitely.
My issue is my mind says one thing and my body is like, nope, don't think so. That's bullshit, Keith. I'm going to call bullshit on you right there, buddy. Because guess what your mind is a part of? Your mind's a part of your body, dude. Your body's a part of your mind. That's what we call in the business an excuse. And I am going to call you right out on it. No. This because I know Keith, because I work with him, so I can say this. So, Keith, damn you. You know better. Your body says no, but you can push through that. As long as if you're going for a run and your leg is flapping in the wind because it's broken in half, sure. Is that the case? Is your leg broken? I'm waiting for an answer, Keith. Where's my answer?
Keith, I'm wondering what specifically are you talking about? Are you talking about like training in general, or are you talking about like a specific skill that you're trying to execute and your mind is like, yes, I'm good at this skill, and your body is like, no.
Our producer just reminded me not to interrupt when somebody else is talking. My apologies. I was getting ramped up. I get excited, especially when it's Keith. So we're waiting for your answer, Keith. Why is Steve making a funny face? Steve, you're gonna have to explain that one, because that actually looks a lot like you.
A little emoji.
A little.
With executing push-ups and trying to get that one more. I got a book to send you, buddy.
See, now she's on my side. And it's not a book you read, it's a 300-pound book you just put on your back.
You think you can't get the last one because you're in your head.
Yep, see, told you.
You're in your head.
You just opened her right up. Yep, I knew it.
You can always do one more.
Always. You can do one more, buddy. In fact, you're gonna send me send me and Kat a push-up video later tonight, all right? Chest to the floor and back up. I don't care if you do 2, but you're gonna send it.
You got this, Keith.
You got it, Keith. All right. There are people out there that are in your corner. I don't want to hear that crap again. All right. Oh, you're cringing for Keith. Well, being in control of your program, Mr. Barry, we can discuss some of your squats, perhaps. See, that's the kind of stuff you got to look for, Keith. Is on your PFT you did better than you anticipated, so you have to extrapolate from that. That's progress. That's moving down the road in the right direction. So if you keep going in that direction, then in theory, you'll do better the next time.
That's
Even
right.
better the next time.
That's right.
So you just got to keep it up. You got to keep it up. And Steve, I know you know all this, man. You and I are a lot alike, and you don't really have a quit in you. I know that. When our stubby little legs were running miles every day at 6 a.m. trying to get me ready for the Army. I remember that.
That's right, Bob. One more rep. One more rep.
Bob is hilarious when he lifts. He doesn't even look like he's trying. It doesn't matter how much weight you put on that bar. He just lifts it. Maybe he doesn't have to maybe Bob doesn't have to train up. Maybe he can just go and lift whatever weight he wants.
I don't know. I think that Bob's performance is always a direct reflection of the training.
I think you're right.
It's always like, I think that the mindset going into it is, it's kind of like a test, you know? It's like, if you have studied well for an exam and you feel prepared, then you go in with a better mindset of like, I know I prepared for this, so I'm going to do well. It's the same way going into a meet. Like, if you know you've done the work, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to lift the weights that are on that bar.
I mean, absolutely makes sense. And I think Bob's a really good example of that. If you guys ever get the chance to look at some of his workout videos, this man is 160 years old. All right? I'm just kidding, Bob. I love you. You're 60. And he just wipes out the records at Nationals. Just wiped out. Crushed the records at Nationals. Qualified for Worlds. And it's like, he's inspiration. Bob, you really motivate me all the time, man. We talk about you like on a daily basis. It's not weird at all. It's not. I got your name tattooed on my butt, by the way. It says Bob. Guess what the O is?
And Bob quit the team.
Keith, you don't need a weekend with us to be critiqued, my man. You know, you can be critiqued on an ongoing basis, and you got to think of the critique as not a negative thing. You got no matter what you're doing, we will find something wrong, and that's just, you know, it's just true.
It sounds so encouraging.
You need that drill sergeant mode. I am not a drill sergeant, Keith.
You can be, though.
I mean, I can act like one, for sure, but I never went down that road. I do like to yell at people, though. I can be pretty good at it. But you got this, buddy. You know, you gotta get back into it. You gotta get back up on that horse. I don't wanna see you fall down too far. You got January coming up, man. You got another test to take. So let's get up on that. Let's get up and do it. But in the train of thought, like everything we're talking about, this last weekend was the American Pro.
Yep.
WRPF.
Yep.
If any of you guys watched, God, Bob.
Bob.
Oh, God. Okay. 159, Bob. You're a popular man. You are a popular man. So, anyways, I'm glad Bob's here.
Me too.
So, anyways, the American Pro happened this weekend. It was a WRPF meet, which happens to be the league that we just did in Dallas a few months ago, where it was outside, and there was some. Boy, you want to talk about people that stuck to their program, motivation. I mean, man, I think the female world record deadlift was broken. I think 629 pounds or something to that effect.
It was either 629 or 639. I can't remember.
Massive lift, and if you watch it
by Tamara Walcott.
Yep. And if you watch that lift, it is like, it's smooth. It's not even like you can tell some people are just on meet day.
Another deadlift record broken too. I can't remember what the guy's name was.
It was a weight class record, and somebody from our own team broke the 2K mark from finally, not Team Viking, Bama Brick Squad.
Dawson Wyndham.
Congratulations, Dawson. I know you're not listening, but
what an amazing competition that was, though. Mm-hmm. For those of you guys who don't know, the American Pro, this is the first year that it's happened, and the idea was to get the biggest and baddest lifters, basically, from different leagues.
Yeah, we weren't there.
And we were qualified for it.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
Just saying, we were qualified.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do it, but
timing was not
yeah, timing wasn't great. But anyway, the best of the best. I mean, literally, like, Christy Hawkins was there. She was number 6.
She's number 2.
She's number 2 now.
She's coming up on
in the
Maria.
world. Number 2 in the world after this meet.
That's incredible.
She broke some records too, I believe. She broke a squat record.
That's right.
You know, Riley Presnell was there. She narrowly missed 3rd, I want to say.
So.
3rd place.
Still a good showing. Awesome work.
I mean, it was just it was incredible to watch it, and to watch these lifters with this production value. They rented out this like wrestling studio.
It was awesome. Was that a Micah? You said it was Micah, right?
It was Fight or Quit, which is Micah Marino, and A1 Digital, which is
That's right.
Anna Perez and her,
That's
her
right.
production
That's
company.
right. She does
Yep.
Stacy's stuff.
And it was just,
Yep.
if you guys, have time or you want to look at this production value, the American Pro, Fight or Quit Gym, and A1 Digital on Instagram, check those out, and you're going to see what this competition was all about.
It's awesome. I definitely recommend, like, if you are a lifter, and even if you're not a lifter, it's cool to watch. Like, the production value for powerlifting is definitely coming up, and they're making it a lot more exciting to watch the sport, which makes it more exciting for the lifters as well. But I mean, I spent a lot of time just looking. I was looking back at like the whole weekend because I didn't really watch it live, but I was looking back at it, and man, it was an impressive meet, and they did a really good job. I love how they are making it more like WWE style, like
so cool.
Smoke, like you're gonna see like smoke and people running down the hallway with freaking walkout songs and everything. I mean, it's cool.
What a big deal! Like, what a big deal!
Huge deal. So congratulations to all those lifters, because I mean that's your top right there. That's your top. That's the cream of the crop for the most part. I mean, there were a few big names that weren't there. Timing was probably off for them too, but not for nothing. They did awesome.
I don't know, Mariana's gonna have to get back out there.
Yep, Mariana.
Christy Hawkins is coming for her.
She's right there. She's knocking
Right
on the door.
there.
We gotta get our coach Stacy to come back.
Stacy's doing a bodybuilding show.
But she's gotta come back and climb it again. But that was just something I wanted to bring up because I thought that was pretty cool. We got a few minutes left here. Big announcement, guys. This is exciting. Blondie is very excited. For those of you that don't know, Blondie is half Shepherd and half Malinois, so she has trouble containing her emotions. But she's a lovely, lovely, lovely girl. Thank you, baby. Okay, so big news, big stuff coming up. This is probably the biggest thing that's ever happened to the world of supplements. Ever.
Boom.
Boom. What?
What is it, guys?
What is it? Who knows what it is? Type it out. Who's gonna guess? I'll give you a hint. What is it, Keith? If you get it wrong, you owe me 20 push-ups. Look at that. We got 6 viewers. We're killing it tonight.
Crushing it.
We're gonna be double digits in a few years.
A few years.
Oh God, it went down. We pissed somebody off right off the rip. Carolyn says meth.
Ammonia.
Steve Berry,
right.
you win. Smelling stuff.
That's right.
Ammonia, you guys got it. Dude, this stuff is awesome. It is my own special blend of cocaine. Not cocaine. That's the other stuff. This has pure ammonia chloride in it, basically, and it has another agent in it, secret ingredient, that helps to activate it and makes it a bit more stronger than some of the other stuff that's out there if you mix it just right. And what you do is, and I don't know if you guys know this, like when you guys get your smelling salts, if you're cracking open the bottle for the first time, you're supposed to put a little bit of water in it. Most of them. Some are already activated. But to activate it, you're supposed to put, like half a teaspoon of water or 1 teaspoon in, depending. There'll be instructions from whoever has it. And that actually activates it, and that's what mixes with the ammonia chloride or the ammonia carbonate and releases the ammonia gas. So Kat's going to take a sniff and tell us exactly how good it is. Woo! Good stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So,
That'll make your eyes water.
Little story. Ah, shit. Hold on. Like fucking ate that. Alright. Little story.
That's just how I like it.
So,
right
I like to get up in the morning at like 2 o'clock, your eyes are red.
Yeah, that's great.
So, I like to get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. I like to have a bowl of cereal and catch the TVs for a little bit. And for some reason last night I got a hair across my ass. I'm like, I want to try our ammonia salts in the middle of the night to see if they're still strong.
Of course they're still strong.
Of course they're still strong. I'm an idiot. So I took like 2 or 3 hits of it, and I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I was up. I'm exhausted. I did not sleep. And ammonia is supposed to be out of your system pretty quick. But we were trying to figure out why I didn't sleep last night after 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm pretty sure that this is the culprit right here. So if you want some no awake powder, or no sleep powder, this is it right here. You're going to be giving that shit to pilots to stay up during combat missions. Steve Berry, never used. Well, I highly recommend using Just Hours.
So what are we doing? Tell them what we're doing with the ammonia.
What are we doing with the ammonia? We're selling it.
Well, aren't we doing a few different variations of it?
We are. We're doing something kind of cool.
So a lot of the times you see just ammonia. It's one strength pretty much.
As strong as they can possibly make it.
As strong as they can make it. This is maybe a little bit more aggressive than some that I've had in the past.
Right.
But usually the level of how, I guess, strong intense it is how close you bring it to your nose.
Yes.
So we're doing a few different options. We're going to have one that is like a low intensity, one that's a medium intensity, and one that's just absolutely insane, which is going to be awesome. This one I would say is pretty insane.
This one's insane. This one's pretty legit. Can you guys see this on the screen? Can you guys see the logo? Probably not. Hold on. Bam. Ooh. Bam. I want strong enough to forget past bad decisions. Well, Bob, you're in luck. Maybe like certain tattoos. Can you guys see can you guys see the screen share stuff? I'm trying to figure out if I know what I'm doing yet with this thing or not. How much you want for it? It's gonna be on the website, buddy. I'll let you know when it goes live. We're waiting for labels and stuff to come in, but the formula's already done.
Hopefully it'll be live this week.
Yeah, it should be this week. And we're gonna be bringing it to events and powerlifting competitions, and we'll have it on the table, so people can buy it when they're there. So you guys cannot see it because I'm obviously. How about now? How about now?
When would you recommend to use it? Very sparingly, Steve. So you don't need to use ammonia very often at all. Usually you'll see it used for like a maximum effort type of lift. Personally, I use it for max effort or close to max effort deadlifts. Sometimes I'll use it if I have like a heavy double or a heavy triple. Sometimes I'll use it on an AMRAP or something like that, which the thing about the AMRAP is it gets you really hyped up in the beginning, and then as you're going through you kind of like lose some of it. But I mean, I took a sniff of ammonia and did 18 pull-ups yesterday or day before yesterday, which was like an all-time PR for me. So
you took a sniff of
I did.
Of ours, right?
I took a sniff of our ammonia.
That's right.
And hit a PR.
And look at you now.
So, wrong arm. There we go.
I think we're back. Our image is back. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. I designed it myself.
She did. It's pretty kick-ass. So we're actually really excited about it. So yeah. So we're gonna have like three different levels. Like I guess I don't know what we'll name them yet, but they'll be like
mild, medium, and hot.
Yeah, I guess. Or we can name it after like. I don't even know. It'll just be like they'll just be a mild, medium, and intense version of it. I'm actually not big on super intense smelling salts, so making it was quite a process. She's much better at handling them than I am, so
I love it.
She's better at testing it than me because to me I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to this stuff. But to me the rule of thumb is if you can hold it out about halfway out and smell it, then you got a pretty potent one there.
The thing about it too is you can't use it all the time because you will actually build up a tolerance to it. So you should probably stop. He's over here smelling it again, y'all.
Woo!
Smelling it again.
Yeah, you will build a tolerance to it. I hope I do. And then I should just erase my brain. Damn. Okay. So, correct. Building up a tolerance, and then we'll just have to come up with a stronger formula, I guess. Berserker needs to be one of them. You know, another company already used that name for like a pre-workout or something. So that probably won't happen. that company is actually in my sights for some technical copyright issues, but neither here nor there. We talked about that with Optio the other day. Anyways, so that's the new stuff, guys. We're gonna start with like 12 bottles. That's it, 12 bottles. We want them to sell out like day one, and then get our beta testing group. Probably gonna sell it for like $16-17, probably something in that range. So I think that's a fair price. What do you guys think? Fair price, $16-17? Yeah.
That's pretty competitive.
I think it's competitive. You see some for that go for more than that, and I think it's gimmicky. Now knowing what's in it, it's like kind of silly. So some other things. We have still have our investments going on, and there's some news on those. So one of our illustrious owners, leave the cat alone. One of our illustrious owners has decided that if anybody invests $1,000, or somebody just wants to give me $1,000, I'll do it too. But if anybody invests $1,000 or more, I will tattoo your name onto my body, and that is no fucking joke. I am absolutely going to do it. I swear to God. And I'm gonna put everybody's I want like 100 names like down my back or something. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, invest $1,000 or more. You invest. If you invest like 10 grand, I'll even up the font. We'll get a nice big one, bold letters and everything. Maybe put some color in there. Maybe a picture of your face. I don't know.
That sounds like a really
Our producer doesn't look happy with this decision at all. Well, I've received lots of comment on it from online. Just one comment.
Will it build up a tolerance to OC spray?
Alerium capsicum, and it will not. It is to build up a tolerance to OC spray, you have to build up a tolerance to capsaicin, which is the active ingredient in most of your hot peppers that we enjoy here in North America. This is ammonia. This is a totally different chemical. So actually, fun little science fact here. So if you do build up a tolerance to OC or even just capsicum or capsaicin, you actually won't have a tolerance built up at all for a lot of other hot things. Like, for example, like your Japanese peppers, things like wasabi, you're not gonna have a tolerance for. So you can actually build up and eat really, really like stuff that's in the millions in the Scoville scale for capsicum, but not for like wasabi. A little bit of wasabi will still burn the heck out of you. Same thing with this. You can build up a tolerance all you want to OC, but the ammonia will still just open you right up, and it's not really meant for that. It's kind of a different thing. And also, safety fact: please do not
don't eat it.
Don't mix it with chlorine or bleach.
Why
that
would
creates.
anybody do that?
People do it, man. People will mix like ammonia and bleach in their house, and that makes chlorine gas, and it will kill you. So don't do that. They did it. This happened at a Buffalo Wild Wings a few months back.
Oh shit.
Yeah, one guy came in and put down some ammonia, and then went out to have a cigarette. Didn't tell anybody. Another guy came in and put down bleach on top of it, and so the whole floor in the kitchen was basically turning into chlorine gas, and it killed like 2 or 3 people. Like, that's nuts. Nuts, I tell you. Well, guys, we are a few minutes over today. I guess Bob had a lot to say, so kept us going there. Make sure you guys check out some of the new stuff. The website is changing. Make sure if you are one of our ambassadors, you are constantly posting. Make sure if you're constantly, like all the time. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out. Constantly. Like this is just a small. I mean, we joke about it, but this is just a small part of what's going on right now. There is a lot happening behind the scenes, so just keep an eye out, keep an ear to the ground, and let's make this a competition. Let's beat out all the other supplement companies by growing this one. And is this cat gonna jump down here?
No.
It's moving, so he might fall.
So guys, keep posting every day. Make sure that we love our product. If you guys love it too, let people know. Get online, buy some shit, keep us going. And invest in Viking.com if you want to invest. As Guardian Athletics, newbie.com if you want to buy stuff. And all of our social media, hopefully you guys are on. But definitely share these videos. Let's get the word out there. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm Nate, and this is
Savage Cat.
And we will see you in the gym.